I think that if Republicans just literally sat under a table and breathed for the next 13 months, they will win. They need 6 seats. They're going to get 2 in Texas because of the 2 new districts. They get 1 in Florida, and there's a handful of others that are easily flippable because of redistricting. What I'm more interested in is on January 7th, 8th, or whatever the day that new Congress sworns in, are the Republicans, especially in the House, going to put forward an agenda that is reflective of what the people and the grassroots really have asked for?
No.
Absolutely
No,
not.
but okay, but that's my point.
Right.
Is that this is what worries me, is that finally there's an opportunity. Never have the lines been so clear. This between watching the difference between Trump and Biden and watching the difference between these mayors that we're all talking about now. If you don't get it now, you're never going to get it, right? And so if Republicans in the House don't look at this opportunity and say, we got it, then they've blown it.
Primaries. I think people got to make sure they're paying attention to the Republican primaries and making sure establishment do nothing Republicans don't win.
I thought Mike Gravel was pushing this thing called the National Initiative, that it would have given the American people a fourth branch of government. It would have given us the opportunity to write laws and pass them into the Senate. I think that's a good idea because these Congress people get in there and they get desensitized and disassociated from what regular people want. And why would we not have the ability to pass laws anyway? I think this whole republic system is kind of
there is the referendum
becoming
process.
obsolete.
A lot of states have a referendum process that functions that way.
California.
Switzerland
Yeah.
has it as well.
Yeah.
It's hard to say. I do think, like you mentioned, the Republicans, they're historically due to win.
Yes.
Because of the unpopularity of Biden, and then we look at the historical trends. But I'm just not convinced because, like you said, if you don't get it now, you're never going to get it. There are a lot of people who are never going to get it. Now, there's a lot of reasons to think that things might flip. Interestingly, in the last election, Republicans overperformed. It was to the polls. It was crazy. Like Miami going red.
Yeah.
South Texas. All these areas. I want to believe. First, I want to believe that Republicans will take back the House, and I would love to believe, but I can't, that they would actually impeach Joe Biden for like all the Ukraine stuff. And I mean, the dude's got
Literally
scandals.
everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not the emails that have come out, him meeting with Hunter Biden's partners, sharing bank accounts. I mean, come on.
You know what the
Pick
problem
one.
is that every time, the only time that I've actually, if you think back, the only time they've ever done anything effective is after 94 when there was a contract with America and they said, we're going to do these things. And for 100 days, they did it. And then after it was like, where do we go? But if they don't get it now, then I think that they're going to lose trust for a really, really long time. I don't know how you get it back because enough of this stuff has happened. And I think that if what I've started to do is as I bring people on the show, I'll say, are you committed to doing something if you get back the majority? Because they need to be held accountable.
Yes.
And that's the problem right now is they're going to get a pass. And I think that we need to start, what does that agenda look like?